What's up, guys? Welcome to Take Your Base. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. All right, guys. So yesterday we ended up having some history being done. We had history in the making yet in Miami, Florida, when the New York Mets went to town and they were taking the Miami Marlins. And history was made in a good way for once in the Mets' favor because of the fact that, yes, guys, Pete Alonso has officially cracked into triple digits when it comes to career home runs. Yesterday he had hit his 100th career home run and also his 101st home run. He has become the second fastest player ever in the modern era to have hit that many home runs in such a short amount of span. All right, so the list is Ryan Howard. Remember Ryan Howard back in 06 or 05? Guy had a tremendous streak. I think the first year that he ended up playing, he ended up hitting like 24 home runs in like 40 games, which was an astronomical pace, especially for that time. Because remember, now in this generation of baseball, people don't really care about striking out like how they used to in the past. Everything is about, I know certain people hate this type of term, but that launch angle swing where you're making sure that it's not a level swing, how they taught you when you were a little kid, making sure that you have the bat in a way where you can uppercut it, increasing your ability to, get a home run. So Ryan Howard, it was pretty crazy to see, what he was able to do in that time span in the mid 2000s, going into the early to mid 2010s, what his career was, because in the first 325 games he had hit a home run. In the first 325 games he had gotten to 100 career home runs. All right, now fast forwarding to second place, that is Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, for what he has done, Rookie of the Year in the NL. I believe, I'm pretty sure it was like 52 or 53 career 53 home runs that season in 2019, where he ended up surpassing Aaron Judge. He ended up beating him out by one home run, to have the rookie record. But since then, remember last year we had the shortened season. We only ended up playing 60 games, right? And then at that time, Pete Alonso, you giving him pretty much 102 games less than what he's expected to do. He possibly could have broken the record last year with the way things were going, if not at the beginning of this year. But, he cracked in yesterday, hitting a home run off of Cabrera in the first inning. Cabrera should have really done his homework, throwing a fastball up and, well, not really up and in. It was more like up in the middle of the plate, but right in Pete Alonso's wheelhouse. And that's where Pete likes to hit the ball. I don't know if you ended up watching the home run derby, you would see that when Dave Joust ended up throwing him pitches at the home run derby, everything was up and middle, or maybe up and slightly away, but it was never like up and in. But Pete Alonso crushed it, and it was out, it was gone. He ended up hitting his 101st career home run in the ninth inning, so that's great company right there. Number 3 on the list is a Yankee, Gary Sanchez. He in 355 games, he ended up cracking into 100 career home runs. Aaron Judge ended up taking a little bit longer than that, 371. The Hall of Famer himself, Pittsburgh Pirate legend, Ralph Kiner, he ended up getting, it was a while before anybody ended up breaking his record, but in 376 career games, he ended up getting 100 career home runs. And Atlanta Braves outfielding star Ronald Acuna Jr., he had, in 378 games, he ended up cracking in with 100 career home runs. So those numbers are pretty phenomenal when you look at it, because Pete Alonso, Gary Sanchez, Aaron Judge, out of those 5 players, and Ronald Acuna Jr., out of those 4 players, out of that top 6, they're all playing currently right now. So that is to show you right now where the game is going. The game is, fully invested into just getting home runs, or if you're not going to get home runs, you're going to strike out. Okay, because the way baseball analytics are, they don't really care if you strike out or not, but they care about if you're gonna get home runs, because home runs get you a lot of cash, in a fatter contract and a fatter wallet, right? But Ryan Howard, for what he was able to do in the mid 2000s, was some phenomenal stuff. I mean, I remember the days that him, along with Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley. I can't stand the team, all right, because I'm a lifelong Mets fan, and I just can't stand anything related with the Phillies. But I remember how much of a monster he was and how difficult it was for Mets pitchers to pitch to him. And I could only imagine what's that game plan with when a team is facing the New York Mets, because they know that the true power threat, and it may be true, maybe Pete was just a little bit cocky about it, but it may be true that Pete Alonso may be the best power hitter in baseball currently today, because when he hits home runs, they just, fly out of the ballpark. And there's no question about it. And the way that he's been hitting home runs as of late, he is carrying the team on his back, and he is trying to, take the Mets into postseason contention, where if you get into the postseason, anything is possible. Anything is possible in a 5-game series in the NLDS, a 7-game series in the NLCS, or in the wild card round where it's only a 1-game playoff. You win and you're in. So pretty phenomenal stuff that ended up happening. Pete Alonso, 100 career home runs yesterday, September 7th, 2021. And that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Please give me your review. Please let me know what you think. Is Pete Alonso the best power hitter in baseball? Or is there anybody else in mind? Please put that in the comment section below. So then, guys, I'll see you guys later. And that's all. Peace, guys, and have a good one. And also, please hit that like and subscribe button. Really does help out the channel.